And we are live. I am Joshua Chapman of i65sports.com here with Eagles offensive tackle Michael Bamiro. Mike, how are you doing this Sunday?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I'm doing good right now. And so the first thing I wanted to ask you is, how is your off season going? I know the Eagles just had something up at their facilities at NovaCare. What was that? How was that? And how was that for you?
It's been going well. We just started OTA training, so we've all been back here working out in the weight room. Doing some skill work, doing some speed work on the field. It's been great. It's been great to be back and be back with my teammates, be back working at the facilities again.
Okay, that's good. So like when you say speed training, so like that's is that primarily conditioning? Is that what is that?
Yeah, it's primarily conditioning, just trying to keep a lot of us in shape still, keep us moving forward, trying to get our bodies ready again to be back into football mode and football shape.
Okay. Um and so what are some of the things that you feel that you can clean up in your games to make sure that you're not on the practice squad and you're actually on the 53 this year?
Well, I mean, there's a lot I can clean up. I gotta make sure I'm more efficient with, my hand work, my feet work. I gotta
Hmm.
be faster off of blocks. I gotta be faster in making decisions, on the field, and just be all around better and deeper in my playbook.
Hmm. I know for certain that if you're on the practice squad again, and this is just me talking, that I feel like some other team is going to pick you up and put you on the 50 on their 53 man roster. Um, and no joke, because this is that's one of the things that I read in your scouting report last year when you came up with the draft, or after the Eagles signed you, is that you're this big guy that needs technique work, but that's relatively easy. I mean, there's not a lot of 6'8" tackles, 300 plus pounds with your type of athletic ability. And so I feel like
Thank
there's a
you.
little bit of pressure on Chip to make sure that you're on the roster this year.
I mean, it's a lot of pressure on myself. I mean, I got to make sure that I do what I need to do to make sure that I make this roster. That I perform well and that I show them that I have the drive and the ability to play on this team and to be an Eagle this year. So I'll put a lot of that pressure really is on myself
Hmm.
to become a better athlete.
And so, is there anything that you feel like you can learn from a guy like Jason Peters, or even Alan Barbary, Evan Mathis, or even Lane Johnson, who came in as a rookie with you? What do you think that you can take from those guys?
A lot of these guys are, they're patient. They're smart and they're decisive. They're decisive immediately in between plays and during plays, and so that's what I figure I can learn from them. And I think that I have been learning that a lot from watching them play this past season and from being around those guys last year.
Hmm. And so, seeing that you're coming into your second year, what was the draft process like for you? Can you take me through that?
Well, the draft process for me, it didn't really happen, seeing as how I missed the draft last year because of eligibility issues that I faced with my school. They didn't understand whether I could return or not. So by the time it was understood that I couldn't return, the draft process had already come and gone.
Hmm.
So before the supplemental draft had begun, I had already my declared my free agency and went to the NFL. So I really didn't have a draft process.
Hmm. And so, when you're an undrafted free agent, um, so obviously you landed with the Eagles, but what other teams were looking at you, and what made you decide to become an Eagle?
A few other teams were looking at me. The Giants were looking as well. The Dolphins, I believe the Chiefs and the Rams as well. They were interested at my pro day.
Okay. And so, what made you decide to sign with the Eagles? What stood out to you about the Eagles?
The Eagles seemed their contract seemed very like they wanted to work with me. They really
Hmm.
wanted to take their time to groom me to make me a better player. So that's why I went with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay. And are you going to be watching the draft at all this year to make sure that they don't take any offensive tackles, or just to see who else are we getting, that kind of thing?
Well, I'm going to watch it either way, but I can't control who they pick up. I can't control that, but I'm going to watch the draft either way. I mean, I have no control over who they get. All I can do is control what I do in the field and what I do at practice. So that really doesn't bother me too much.
Okay, okay. Um, you know, I know that that I don't even know where I'm going with this question. Where am I going? I just lost my train of thought. Dang. Um, okay, so what has been the best part about being an Eagle so far?
The best part about being an Eagle, I mean, is the city. You know, it's a great city, great fan base. You know, the team here, it's a very well knit, tight team. You know, there's no separate minds on this team. Everybody comes together for one goal and one purpose. You know, everybody wants to win. Everybody here wants to be successful. So that's the one thing that keeps everybody together, and I like that. The locker room is very well together, and I enjoy being there.
Hmm. Um, and so what is, I know I asked you about this in the first, but what is Chip like? You know, and I also know I didn't get all that down. So what is Chip like when he has an open door policy? Is he, more structured? How is he?
I believe he's both. He's got an open door policy. He talks to all the players. He talks to every position group. You know, he's very hands on with everything that's going on, offense, defense, and special teams. He's very focused on it, and he's very structured. Everything is done in order and in time, and he makes sure that everything gets done properly. You know, he's a very good coach.
Hmm. I heard that he's such a control freak that he wanted to see how much sodium was in the relish in you guys' cafeteria. Is there any truth to that story?
I have never heard that before. I don't think that's true at all, honestly. I'm sorry. I've never heard that before.
Okay, that's what I heard. So I'm trying to clear that up.
No, I don't believe that.
But I know one of the things he did was he had like music blaring at the practices to well tell me why he did that, or why you understand that he did that.
Well, the music isn't blaring. I believe the music is done for, I guess, for morale control. You know, the music bumping, it keeps people motivated on the field and it keeps the guys moving around. I don't think he really does it for any other mental reason besides that. I mean, maybe somewhat for crowd noise, but it really keeps a lot of the guys motivated when we're moving around.
What were some of the things that he played last year? Did he play any Kanye? Did he play any Jay-Z? Or is he playing any country? What was on his playlist?
He played a lot of both. I don't think I heard a Kanye track. There was one Jay-Z track, you know, a couple country tracks here and there. It was very mixed, a very mixed group of songs.
Okay, okay. Seeing that you're in Philly and you are right in the heart of maybe the greatest sandwiches ever created, what is your favorite Philly cheesesteak place?
You're gonna make me pick.
Yes, I'm gonna make you pick. You have to.
If you pick, I have to pick. I guess I have to go. I'm gonna have to go with Pat's.
Pats. Okay. Why Pats?
It was good. I mean, I like the way the fries went good with the cheesesteak. I felt so.
Mhm.
I
Okay.
enjoyed it. But then again, I haven't had a cheesesteak in a little while, so I don't know. Maybe I might have to go back and retest them all.
I know Jim's is a really good place. Matter of fact, they freeze dried steaks out here to me, and when I had it, it was like I was back in Philly. So uh, you have to, I imagine that the actual live product is a lot better.
It's amazing. So I gotta go back again. I gotta go back again and retest. You know what? Strike my answer. I'm gonna go back and retest all the Philly cheesesteaks again before I give it.
I hope Chip is 100% okay with that. I'm not trying to get you in any trouble. Um, so if you get into any trouble, you can just blame a 17-year-old kid in Chicago.
I'm gonna blame I-65 Sports.
Oh man, don't do that to me. I'd rather you blame me than my website.
No, I'm blaming all you guys. That's it.
Okay, all right, all right. So is there anything that you wanted to ask me? Is there any questions that you have for me?
I mean, honestly, I didn't know you were 17 years old. Wow.
Really? How old did
Yeah.
you think I was?
I don't know, man. I thought you were out of college, young man.
Oh
Congratulations.
man, no, I'm
Good
I'm
for
not even
you.
out of high school yet, dude.
Good for you, man. And you're doing journalism like that, man. Good for you, bro. Just keep working, kid. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
thank you,
That's
thank you.
awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Good. No problem. No problem. No problem.
So is there any other things that you want to say? Is there any topics that you feel Oh, my bad. What did the week look like for you? What did a Monday through Sunday week look like for you, with all the
Monday through,
meetings and everything?
a Monday through Sunday week for us right now is it's fairly simple. You know, we get in at around 6 or 7 a.m. You know, a couple guys do workouts beforehand. I do a little bit of workout beforehand. And then we get breakfast, and then we lift, and then they'll split either offense lifts, defense meets, and then defense lifts and offense meets. And then at around 11 or so, the whole group will run outside together. We'll get runs in, and then the day's done.
Okay, so in season, what did that week look like? I know that had to be a lot different. What were offensive line meetings like? That what was a regular meeting like? You know what?
Yeah, in season it was almost the same. I mean, we wake up, get in for breakfast, but then we'll first start off with like meetings, and then we'll talk through some situations that we're going to go over for that week, and then we'll go into our position meetings and talk through the same situations and what plays are going to work and what plays aren't going to work, and then we hit the field for practice, grab food, and then later on we go back again into our position meetings and talk through the plays that we went over, what adjustments we're going to make, and how that's going to work out. And we do that from about Monday through Thursday, and then Friday is more of a walkthrough,
And
and
then
then
Saturday, you guys are traveling.
yeah.
Okay. Did you travel with team, or were you still in Philly working out and that kind of stuff?
I travel with the team for every game. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you were in stadium when for all the home games?
Yes, for all the home games and all the away games.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. Um, wow, I didn't know that. And so no, I didn't like I heard reports or I read a story about the guy from I'm drawing a blank here. Boise State, the running back who made the I can't think today. He made the Statue of Liberty play and all that, and he was a practice squad on the Vikings, and then on Sundays he was at home or something. So I didn't know how if that's a team by team thing or that kind of thing. So
Oh, okay, no, yeah, it really is a team by team thing. A lot of teams they'll travel, and a lot of teams won't travel them. You know, but here we travel. All the practice squad guys travel with the team.
okay, and I know Michael Vick has gone on to the Jets. Can you talk a minute about how he was in the locker room, what kind of presence he was?
Mike was a really good guy. You know, he was a real personable guy. You know, he talked to a lot of the younger guys. He made sure that he kept himself as a leader in the locker room as much as he possibly could, and on the field. You know, he would try to command. He would try to command. You know, he would command the team. He would calm things down. You know, as a matter of fact, he was probably one of the first people to talk to me in the locker room when I first got there. So you know, I always have a lot of respect for Michael Vick.
And do you think that his presence and his leadership helped Nick Foles grow and turn in such a miraculous season that he had last year?
Yeah, I think so. Because I mean, the quarterbacks themselves, they talk to each other a lot. You know, they were right across the locker room from each other, and they were always communicating. Even before games, they'd sit next to each other and go over plays and situations and talk to each other and talk each other through things before the game started. So I think they both help each other grow, honestly.
Okay, all right. Well, like I said, do you have any other things that you wanted to say? Anything else you wanted to ask?
No, I think I'm good. I think I'm good.
Okay, well, I am going to stop the broadcast. I'm going to ask you to hang around for a second. And thank you for anyone that watched, that tuned in. I will post this on the site as soon as possible. Today I'm a little bit busy. But thank you for tuning in. I want to thank Michael for doing this again with me. It's
No
been a pleasure,
problem.
big guy, and all of us at I65 are rooting for you to get on that roster. And not only to get on the roster, but to also start. At some time. So we're
Thank,
rooting for you, big guy.
thank you. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much.
Like I said, I'm going to ask you to stick around, and thank you for watching. So.
No problem.